Right now, setting aside savings during a pandemic. How much you should have ready in case of an emergency.
Plus, this could be the most expensive year yet when it comes to shopping for back to school. How much experts say you can expect to spend.
And after a cloudy and rainy day yesterday, sunshine is back in our forecast today. All the details coming up.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, folks. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday, July 16th. There are now more than 39,000 cases of COVID-19 here in Wisconsin.
According to combined data from DHS and county dashboards, there are more than 900 new coronavirus or confirmed cases in the past 24 hours. DHS says about 8,000 of the cases, or about 21% of them, are still active. Dane County Executive Joe Parisi is asking the National Guard, meantime, to stay in Madison longer to extend the COVID-19 testing at Alliant Energy Center. Their work is set to expire on August 7th, but Parisi wants them to stay into the fall. So far, we have not gotten a response from the National Guard. Parisi says the work they're doing is crucial. More than 63,000 people have tested at the community site since it opened.
City leaders are looking into alternative ways of responding to emergencies with a new mental health first responder pilot program. The idea is to better address mental health crises when a person isn't a physical threat. Alder Arvina Martin says she wrote the resolution after Fire Chief Stephen Davis came to her with the idea. It's in the beginning stages now, with leaders currently doing research, but it could involve a paramedic being paired with a crisis mental health provider or a social worker.
You know, address a lot of concerns that people have in the community of people being taken in when they really need some kind of treatment or services. And we need to be thinking about that right now.
There are other models for this. Madison's comparing their pilot program to a mobile crisis intervention program that was started in Eugene, Oregon 30 years ago.
The pandemic could cause back-to-school sales this fall to top a record-breaking $100 billion. With many schools turning to online classes, parents are buying up more computers and accessories. In a National Retail Federation report released this week, families on average are expected to spend $790. That is up from last year's $697. Families with college students are expected to spend more than $1,000 on back-to-school. Total back-to-school spending is expected to reach over $101 billion. That tops last year's $80.7 billion. Some college students in Los Angeles are getting an extra incentive to study from home. University of Southern California, USC, says that it'll hand out $4,000 in financial aid for both the upcoming fall and spring semesters. The money will go to undergrads who would otherwise receive aid for room and board. The only condition is the students will have to stay at home during those 2 semesters. Most of the fall classes for them will primarily be held online either way. The university says it made the move because the coronavirus outbreak has made it hard for students to plan ahead.
Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi says she may be willing to compromise in order to renew expanded benefits for unemployment. Those benefits are currently set to expire in just a couple of weeks at the end of July. According to The Hill, Pelosi signaled she is willing to work with Republicans on the size of renewed benefits. During a press conference yesterday, she says the size of that expansion will depend on if a second round of stimulus payments is passed.
6:03. All right, let's talk money here. The Federal Reserve Board says half of Americans say that they'd struggle to afford a $400 emergency expense.
So we looked into how much you really should be saving when times are tough. While you do need to save some amount, how much is largely dependent on your individual income and comfort level. Financial analysts give this example. Right now, if you're making less than 25% less than what you were making pre-pandemic, save 25% less. Or if you can save $25 a paycheck, then $25 it is. This can be overwhelming to both spend less and save more at the same time, so pick one and take it a week at a time. The amount you're able to save can also be tied to the government's response. Financial experts suggest putting some of your stimulus check, tax refund, or enhanced unemployment benefit money into your savings.
And because of the pandemic, Dane County City is offering early voting options. Fitchburg Mayor Aaron Richardson says they're offering early voting at City Hall for the August 11th election. He says people can come into the building or wait in their car. You got to make an appointment, though, first. He says Fitchburg residents are also taking advantage of mail-in voting.
So far, we've had over 5,000 people request a ballot to be mailed to them. And for perspective, 4 years ago for the same election, we had about 5,000 people vote in that election, which is great. People are thinking ahead, they're planning ahead.
Richardson says the city has 4 polling locations and more than 70 workers They're asking for some additional help, though. They need 30 people to volunteer to work the polls for the November 3rd election.
Just about 6:05 right now. Hattie's got a check of the forecast, and it looks like maybe a little bit of clear, and it looks a little brighter out there right now.
Yeah, it certainly does. As we look at the sky camera shot here on the west side of town, you can see a few holes starting to pop out within that cloud cover, so some dry air beginning to work its way into the region. A little bit more of an encouraging shot when you look from the Queen Bee Radio sky camera in Platteville. Skies are clear there. You can definitely see the low clouds, though, in the distance on the horizon. Those are the clouds that we're under right now here in Madison. Nothing showing up on the radar map. Last time I was outside, there was just a little bit of drizzle here on the west side of town, but pretty quiet across the region. And as we zoom that map out to the entire upper Midwest, you'll see that things are pretty quiet across Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois. Some showers and thunderstorms to note moving out of the Dakotas into the western side of Minnesota right now. Those showers are not expected to make it into southern Wisconsin. They'll move straight east and diminish as they do so. So here in southern Wisconsin this morning, we're starting off with temperatures in the 60s for the most part. 62 in the Dells, 66 here in Madison, 64 in Monroe. Couple of spots to the north and west in the 50s. Viroqua and Camp Douglas have dropped into the upper 50s. Dew points are in the 50s there as well, but for the southern two tiers of counties, we're still dealing with dew points in the 60s. Now, our future track dew points are going to hover in the low to mid 60s through the day, so that means you are going to notice the humidity again. Unfortunately, that cold front that brought us the rain yesterday just did not clear out the humidity for southern Wisconsin, so it'll stay on the humid side today. Here's a look at your forecast. As you go through the morning hours, we're looking at temperatures climbing back into the mid 70s by lunchtime. Mostly cloudy skies early this morning will give way to sunshine, though, for the afternoon, so looking good for later on today. 82 is the expected high. Again, still a bit on the humid side. Tonight, temperatures will fall back into the low 60s under clear skies. We really start to warm things up tomorrow. On Friday, we'll top close to 90 and then be in the 90s Saturday and Sunday. Those 2 days are alert days. When you factor in the humidity, it'll feel more like 100 degrees this weekend.
Ooh, all right, Hattie, thank you. 6:07 now. Coastal flooding in the U.S. is expected to get worse in the coming years. That's according to a new warning from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. NOAA's acting director says the high tide flooding going to become more common as the years go on. Previously, coastal communities only had to worry about flood damage during storms. Now, a full moon or a change in the winds is enough to push those water levels into town.
Developing this morning, Chinese news outlets are reporting that 38 million people are under evacuation under orders for a high flood alert. Heavy rain is putting the Three Gorges Dam at risk of overflowing. Water levels are reportedly reaching highs not seen since floods almost 2 decades ago, which killed more than 3,000 people. 443 rivers in the country have flooded so far. 33 of those are at their highest recorded levels ever. The floods have already dealt nearly $12 billion in damages, destroying almost 9 million acres of farmland and 28,000 homes.
The U.S. is reportedly considering a ban on millions of Chinese Communist Party members. A draft of a presidential proclamation would revoke the visas of party members and their families. This ban could apply to as many as 92 million people, according to The Guardian. The New York Times reports that this ban would look similar to the 2017 ban on Muslim-majority countries, which uses the president's ability to prevent foreign nationals from entering the country if deemed detrimental to its interests. American Airlines says it plans to furlough thousands of its employees this fall. In a memo to employees, its top 2 executives shared that the company will issue notices of potential furloughs to 25,000 employees. They include about 10,000 flight attendants and 2,500 pilots. Those furloughs could happen on October 1st. That's the same day the federal government lifts a ban impacting airlines that took federal bailout money. The bailout temporarily bars those airlines from enacting layoffs, pay cuts, and involuntary furloughs.
President Trump is reining in a landmark environmental law this morning.
So we're cutting the federal permitting timeline for a major project from up to 20 years or more, hard to believe, down to 2 years or less.
The change will speed up the approval process of federal projects like mines, highways, and gas pipelines. The president announced the newly revised regulations in Georgia yesterday. He said his actions will get rid of, quote, mountains and mountains of red tape. Environmental groups, though, view the change as yet another example of the Trump administration dismantling important conservation protections.
Let's get a check of your roads at 6:09 this morning. If you're heading out and about right now, looks like no issues to report across town. No major incidents or traffic crashes. It looks like we do have some slowdowns if you're heading north out of Middleton on Highway 12 out in that direction. A little bit of slowdowns on Park Street as well. If you're hopping on the Beltline, though, moving at posted speeds on this Thursday. That's your first warn traffic.
6:09 now. Coming up, we're following breaking news overnight as the Supreme Court approves its second federal execution in as many days.
And the FDA is updating their list of potentially toxic hand sanitizers. Which ones you need to watch out for? That's coming up after the break here on News 3 Now this morning.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. I tried every pillow out there and nothing worked. 15 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I back MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota.
I really like the fact that it was made in the USA. I think that USA products are a better quality product. I've tried a lot of other pillows and nothing's worked like MyPillow.
I'm interrupting this commercial right now to give you deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but also my mattress toppers, sheets, and so much more. For example, you can get body pillows regularly $89.99, now only $29.99, or MyPillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
I used to think that sheets were just sheets. I got the Giza Dream sheets. They are the most comfortable sheets I've ever had.
The Go Anywhere pillow is so easy to just roll up and take anywhere I want to go.
Go Anywhere pillow is really comfortable, so that's what I really like. It's nice and supportive and it's nice and small.
The MyPillow topper for the first time has enabled me to have a cool night's sleep. I'm able to go to bed and just get rest.
That's 3 inches of wonderful that's in the MyPillow mattress topper. It's just like a firm cloud.
MyPillow helps me get a good night's sleep so I can do my job in the morning.
Go to MyPillow.com to get deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but so much more. For example, you get body pillows regularly $89.99, now only $29.99, or MyPillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
America, we want to help get you back to it. And here's how, with the Ford Promise. Visit your Ford dealer, finance a new, certified pre-owned or used vehicle through Ford Credit, and if you lose your job, you can return it for up to 1 year from the day you bought it. You can also get 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Let us help get you back to it with the Ford Promise.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
Welcome back at 6:13. Developing right now, police are looking for 2 missing women this morning. Middleton police say Sharon Wacos left her home on Cypress Trail around 2:30 yesterday afternoon. She said she was going shopping in Middleton on Madison's west side, but hasn't returned. The 71-year-old has a medical condition. She's 5'4" and weighs 130 pounds. Last seen wearing a red shirt, black shorts, and has a raincoat with her. Police think she's in Middleton on foot. So if you see her, call the number on your screen. That's 608-824-7300. The second missing woman is Margaret Odell. The 25-year-old is believed to be suicidal this morning. She was last seen around 5:30 last night on University Avenue near the Blue Moon Bar. She has blonde hair, wears glasses, and is 5'2" and weighs 150 pounds. She was last seen wearing a light-colored shirt, black shorts, and a black North Face backpack. Anyone with information on her whereabouts are to call 911 or the Madison Police Department.
6:14 right now. We'll hear from Mayor Satch Rhodes Conway later today. The mayor will be joined by Acting Police Chief Vic Wall, the Director of Public Health, Madison-Dane County, and the city clerk for a press briefing. They're expected to give an update on how things are going in the city. They'll take questions from reporters. We'll ask some. That briefing is scheduled to start at 11. We plan to carry it live on our Channel 3000 Facebook page.
Vice President Mike Pence will be in Wisconsin tomorrow. A business in Ripon has put up a mural there to support Black Lives Matter ahead of his visit. They say it's something important to share, to show the city is paying attention. The city, though, pushing back against the mural because the two owners apparently didn't get the proper approval to put it up.
I think at times relying on the law of the land or the technical aspects of a law should maybe take a second place to the trajectory of a cause or the importance of what is right.
The owners say they're apologetic for breaking the rules, but it was important for them to do it. We have not heard back from the city.
The state of Florida this morning is urging the Supreme Court to reject a bid that allows felons to regain their right to vote. Earlier this month, the Circuit Court of Appeals agreed to review a ruling that gave hundreds of thousands of felons their voting rights back. That hearing is scheduled for August 18th, the same day as Florida's primary. Lawyers for Florida Governor Ron DeSantis are arguing that this decision could irreparably harm all Floridians. It's estimated that this ruling could restore voting rights to nearly 800,000 felons. It is not clear when the Supreme Court could make a decision.
Breaking overnight, the Supreme Court is clearing the way for a second federal execution this week. The court voted 5-4, allowing the execution of Wesley Ira Perkey to go forward. Perkey was convicted for kidnapping, killing, and raping a 16-year-old girl and killing an 80-year-old woman. The court's 4 liberal members voted against the execution, citing findings on Perkey's mental competency.
A man is in custody this morning after setting an unmarked Supreme Court police vehicle on fire. Authorities say the man poured some sort of accelerant on the vehicle before lighting it on fire. He also damaged another nearby vehicle. That man had to be taken to the hospital for burn injuries in the process. The Supreme Court was not in session on Wednesday. Nick Cannon will continue on as the host for The Masked Singer after making some controversial comments on his podcast. The Fox network says they had a conversation with Cannon after his anti-Semitic comments surfaced. According to Deadline, Fox says it believes Cannon is remorseful of his comments, and it plans to move forward with him and, quote, help him advance this important conversation. Fox also says it condemns any form of hate or bigotry. Just yesterday, Viacom CBS cut all ties to Cannon for his comments.
As the controversy over monuments continues across the country, you have a chance to learn more about their history today. The Wisconsin Historical Society is hosting a free 1-hour webinar over Zoom this afternoon. The panel will include members of the Historical Society and a professor of urban research from Marquette University. It'll be held over Zoom and starts at 3 o'clock this afternoon. You can find the information on my Facebook page.
6:17, Hattie's out on the Hattio patio this morning. A lot brighter this hour than it was last, Hads.
It certainly is, and it's not drizzling anymore either, which is good news. We still have a lot of clouds overhead, but they're going to be clearing as we go through the day. Take a look at the Edgewater sky camera shot. Pretty gray as we start this Thursday morning. A look at visibility will show you that there is some patchy fog developing in the Mineral Point area. Visibility has dropped to 0 there. It's down to about 3/4 of a mile in Boscobel as well, and there is still some fog in the northwestern corner of our viewing area. Visibility at 0 in Viroqua and Black River Falls. So some patchy fog early this morning with that leftover moisture. Some of that moisture, though, is showing up in the form of cloud cover. Take a look at Future Track, and it's showing you cloud cover across most of the area this morning. As we go through the morning hours, though, we'll start to see some holes develop in those clouds, and by lunchtime, partly sunny skies are expected. By early in the afternoon, we should see mostly clear skies. Lots of sunshine with temperatures climbing back into the upper 70s and low 80s. It's going to be a pretty nice day temperature-wise, although it's still going to feel a bit on the humid side. Temperatures will be slow to cool down. By 10 o'clock, we're dropping just into the upper 60s. Here's a look at the alert days that are in the upcoming forecast for this weekend. Still Saturday and Sunday, we have alert days with high temperatures in the 90s and heat index values getting into the triple-digit range at times during the peak heating hours during the afternoon and early evening time frame. So take the proper precautions to stay safe this weekend and keep yourself cool. Coming up in just a few minutes, we'll take a closer look at that weekend forecast, tell you if there's any chance for rain to go along with that heat and humidity.
Thanks for the heads up, Patty. 6:19, the FDA is expanding its list of potentially toxic hand sanitizers. 67 products are now on that list. The agency says these products could contain methanol, which can be toxic if absorbed through the skin or eaten. The sanitizers are sold in at least 17 states at major retailers like Walmart, Costco, and Sam's Club. Some of the brands on the updated list include AAA Cosmetics, 4E Global, and Eski Biochem. You can find that full list on the FDA's website. The CDC says the nation saw a record number of deaths due to drug overdoses last year. Nearly 71,000 overdose deaths were reported in 2019. That is a projected jump of 4.8%, a new record high. It says the new numbers wipe out the slight decline in overdose deaths we saw in 2018. According to the agency, fentanyl and other synthetic opioids were involved in more than half of all projected deaths.
A federal advisory panel is advising parents to check the labels on your baby's food. The 2020 Dietary Guidelines Advisory Committee is warning parents with 2 children under 2 years old to steer clear of food with added sugar. The group points to what they say is a strong link between added sugar, childhood obesity, and future chronic health conditions. These are the first recommendations the committee has ever created for toddlers and infants. They'll send their guidelines to the USDA and the Department of Health and Human Services.
I'm right now and still ahead for us on this Thursday morning, how one couple in Michigan is turning their misfortune into your chance at finding a fortune.
And coming up in our next half hour, the demand for groceries is still surging. We're taking a look at what items you'll be paying more for in the checkout line.
Stay with us. News Through Now this morning. I'll be right back.
With a nursing degree, helping others went from a job to a career.
We're celebrating the re-grand opening sale now at Ashley Home Store. We've partnered with the best mattress brands to bring you grand opening savings up to 60% off. Plus, no interest financing for up to 6 years. Shop your way in store or online during the re-grand opening savings event. Only at Ashley Home Store.
For over 25 years, Fry Construction has provided excellence in home repairs and improvements. No job is too small or too big, and your safety is always our concern. Respected in the industry and voted best of Madison, Fry Construction delivers lasting quality for your home with free virtual consultations from the comfort and safety of your own home, or we will come see you following strict safety protocols. Visit fryconstruction.com and get inspired for your next home improvement. Contact us today.
Calling all grassmasters, fescue fanatics, and stewards of St. Augustine. To the springtime sprawlers, backyard scholars, and cultivators of the cul-de-sac. Whether you're a rookie or a pro, run with us. For all the green thumbers, newcomers, and toy picker-uppers, run with us on a John Deere mower. Because this is more than just grass. It's home. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Get your John Deere now at the Power Centers of Madison.
Govan Cars Grand Opening Sale, beautiful Middleton. 2017 Nissan Sentras, Hyundai Elantras for only $79.95 or $129 per month.
That's right. Buy 2017 Nissan Sentras and Hyundai Elantras for only $79.95 or $129 per month.
Govan Cars is selling 2018 Kia Fortes for only $89.95 or $149 per month.
Hurry in today and just ask for my dad, Don the Dealman Govan.
Or my daughter, Crystal the Pistol Govan.
You gotta go to Govan, GovanCars.com.
Seeing the joy that people feel when they share a meal with family and friends, that's why we do this. The laughter of kids around the table, the thrill of families driving through for a treat, the delight of not having to cook, and instead letting us safely serve you. It all comes back to taking care of each other. And for that, we'll be here with your favorites and always a smile.
These are our aunties, our uncles, our friends, our family, our community. Now more than ever, our community needs us to complete the 2020 census online. Census data helps every city and small town plan funding for hospitals, clinics, and emergency services. With just a few minutes online, we can all be there for the ones we love. Shape your future. Start here at 2020census.gov.
The grand reopening sales event is on now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save up to 50% off appliances, including clearance items available immediately while they last. Plus 18-month special financing. Shop online or in store at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
All right, check out this My Morning picture. Yes. A stunner, as Leo would say.
You're right.
From Jolene Baumkamp. Thanks, Jolene, for sending this one in. A beautiful picture of the Wisconsin River. We want to see what you're up to in the morning. Post the picture on our social media page. Use the hashtag MyNews3Morning, and we'll show our favorites on the air.
Every time Jolene sends it a pic, I just want to sing Jolene.
Oh, I want to say she's also from Highland.
You should know this.
Yeah, I know. You'd think I would know everybody.
People in Highland you don't know?
I'm pretty sure she's from Highland. I shouldn't have admitted this. Anyway, we love your photos.
Well, we should find out. Jolene should reach out to us. All right, 624.
I think Jolene's texting your mom right now.
She probably is. We're related.
Barb, your daughter doesn't even know me. All right. Well, here's something you do not want to miss out on, guys. About $1 million worth of gold and jewelry are going up for grabs. In Washington Township, Michigan, the pandemic is causing a family jewelry store to close, so the owners are setting up a real-life treasure hunt with most of that store's inventory, burying stashes of vintage engagement rings, precious coins, and gold and silver. The treasures are hidden all across Michigan, each worth around $4,000, and each treasure has a GPS tracker for monitoring. Clues to the treasure will cost you about $45, or $49 rather. The hunt starts August 1st.
What a neat idea.
That'd be kind of cool, right?
So cool.
Can you imagine just like literally like finding buried treasure? Like that's like legit.
And it's worth $4,000 each.
Yeah, I'd pay $49 to
I was going to say $49 is a good deal.
Right.
Good use of some time there. All right, check of the forecast now. Hopefully we're going to see some clearing here soon. I'm getting sick of these clouds.
I know. We had clouds all day yesterday and still a lot of cloud cover here in Madison, but those clouds will be clearing through the day. Temperatures in the 60s right now, topping in the low 80s later on this afternoon. Dew point comfort meter, we're in that sticky range today with dew points in the low to mid 60s. Here's a look at that weekend forecast. There are a few slight chances for rain, but the main story is the heat and humidity.
Thanks, Addie. We'll be right back. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Dear Summer, how do I make the most of you? Do I kick back and relax? Or climb new mountains? I could go and get dirty. Or switch into new lanes. One thing's for sure, it's gonna be great. Can't wait. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 1.9% financing for 60 months on a new 2020 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. From value-priced softeners to the world's best and even salt-free. No one has more solutions than Culligan to customize the best filtration for your home. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
You wash your cars and clothes and canines. You wash your cars and clothes and canines. You wash your cars and clothes and canines. At the Magic Wash. At the Magic Wash. Whoa.
I want a client who comes in to feel comfortable and to know that their case is in good hands so they can relax and get on with their life as best as they can and let me do the fighting for them. That's how I want them to feel.
Gingras, Thompson, and Walks.
There's time for adventure, there's people that treasure and moments that no one can hold. There's so much to see when you're wandering free on this little blue world we call home. We call home, the only one we've ever known.
It was a dark night in drive-through land. The people had grown tired of greasy burgers and gut bombs. But then, 3 heroes emerged. Their savory sauces brought courage. Their juicy tomatoes brought might. Their roast chicken brought the taste of roast chicken. They were called Arby's New Market Fresh Wraps. And everyone ate happily ever after the end. Arby's, we have the meats.
America, we help get you back to it. And here's how with the Ford Promise. Visit your Ford dealer. Finance a new, certified pre-owned or used vehicle through Ford Credit, and if you lose your job, you can return it for up to 1 year from the day you bought it. You can also get 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Let us help get you back to it with the Ford Promise.
Fines and felonies for pulling down statues. We'll explain a new bill and the personal connection one of the lawmakers has to it.
And you can put the umbrella away today and grab the sunglasses. The full forecast is coming up.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning, folks. Thanks for joining us on this July 16th. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Okay, we have an update on where Jolene Bumkamp is from.
Okay, so we always share the My Morning picture, and Jolene sends in beauties, and I thought she was from Highland. A lot of Bumkamps in Highland. Mom texted me she's from Avoca. So close to Highland. That's like 10 minutes away.
Very close. It's still hilarious that your mom texted you about it. I knew that Barb would know. Barb would know, and she kept you in check.
It's a small world.
I love it. Okay, so we are waiting right now on the DHS to release its latest coronavirus numbers this morning. Despite seeing more than 900 confirmed cases again yesterday, there is some positive news to report. Take a look at this graph here. It's the latest from the DHS. Now, as you'll see, the general trend for the percentage of confirmed cases over the past 2 weeks is going down now for the first time in a while. 6% of tests came back positive yesterday. There are now more than 39,000 confirmed cases statewide. 77% of patients have recovered.
A mask mandate is now in place in Milwaukee. Everyone aged 3 and older is required to wear a mask in a public space and in outdoor areas where social distancing isn't possible. The city will require businesses to enforce the mandate. It allows them to deny service to people who don't follow it, and the businesses themselves can face a fine or a suspended license if they don't follow it. Similar to Dane County's mandate, people with certain disabilities are exempt from the order.
More than half of U.S. states are now enforcing mask mandates. This is an updated version of an Axios graphic here that we first showed you earlier this week. Now you can see that Montana, Kentucky, and Alabama are added to this that are now issuing orders. More traditionally conservative states and lawmakers are also moving to support the use of masks. As we've been reporting, we're not likely to see Wisconsin on this map anytime soon. Governor Evers says he's considered issuing a mask mandate, but he doesn't think he has the authority to do so anymore. As most states require using a mask, one state is avoiding mask mandates. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp is now ordering 15 local governments to end their mask orders. The orders also ban local governments from requiring masks on public property, including city and county buildings. The state has just under 128,000 confirmed cases of coronavirus. Only 24% of ICU beds are available.
A local bakery is ending its partnership with a coffee shop in Middleton this morning after it appeared not to follow Dane County's mask mandate. Madison Sourdough posted on Facebook saying they're no longer doing business with Hellbox. They say they believe in science, kindness, and in taking care of folks in our community, which is why they believe in wearing masks. More than 100 complaints have been filed against Hellbox for hanging a mask-free zone sign in their window. The customer who posted it says his daughter was shamed for wearing one inside. One of Hellbox owners denies the sign was ever posted. As we work to learn more about how the coronavirus can spread among school-aged kids, Florida is setting a grim example. 1 in 3 kids there who have been tested for COVID-19 have tested positive. That's according to the most recent pediatric report from the state health department. Florida still plans to reopen all of its schools. The state issued an emergency order last week to require it. Local districts will still be in charge of coming up with their own reopening plan, but it needs to be approved by the state. Florida now has more than 300,000 confirmed cases.
The Milwaukee Public School District will present its reopening plan to the Board of Directors today. Earlier this week, we outlined that plan for you. It's called the Roadmap to Readiness Plan. It has 3 scenarios and a 3-phase return model. It starts with all students being virtual for the first 45 days, and then if COVID-19 gets better, if the threat is low enough, they then plan to bring students in person part-time, 2 days in school, 3 days online. They would fully return to in-person classes once it's deemed safe.
College will not look the same this year, and it has some incoming freshmen considering taking a gap year instead. But new research shows that could cost them in the long run. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York finds it would cost somebody about $90,000 in lifetime earnings to delay college. About half of the long-term earnings come from foregoing the $43,000 salary that new graduates typically earn. From there, raises and wage increases are delayed, which means you won't be making as much as your peers by the time you graduate. The state senator who was attacked by protesters last month wants to make it a felony to deface statues. Democratic Senator Tim Carpenter and Republican Representative Rob Hutton introduced the bill yesterday. It would apply to any plaque, statue, painting, or any other historically significant monument on public property. The State Journal reports the felony would be punishable by up to 3.5 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. Meanwhile, police are still looking to identify the two suspects accused of attacking Carpenter while protesters tore down state statues last month.
As alders in Madison work to eliminate the use of so-called non-lethal weapons by the city's police department, Milwaukee's department plans on getting even more. The city's police department is stocking up ahead of next month's scaled-back Democratic National Convention. The Journal-Sentinel reports the city will pay for that gear out of a $50 million federal grant. Included in the equipment order, barricades, pepper spray, and a tactical gas delivery system. It comes after a Journal-Sentinel report found Wisconsin law enforcement agencies already have more than $45 million worth of surplus military equipment. Diversity and inclusion-related jobs, those openings, are on the rise. These positions help companies hire a more diverse workforce and help put more black employees in leadership positions. A new Glassdoor study found the inclusion-related job openings dropped at twice the rate as overall job postings did during the pandemic, specifically from March through June 8th. Since then, they've rebounded 55%. You can see that spike here on this graph from the Washington Post. There are now more positions available for D&I jobs than there are for human resources positions.
6:36 right now. Hattie's keeping her eye on some patchy fog. I thought Madison was seeing dreary conditions. Then you take a look at Platteville, which you really can't see much.
Yeah, you know, we've been using Platteville as the good camera all morning with clear skies, but now fog has developed in the Platteville area. Can't see hardly anything from this shot right now. And take a look at the visibility map. Visibility down to 0 in Mineral Point, some visibility in Prairie du Chien, Boscobel, as well as Viroqua. Officially in the city of Platteville, it's 7, but that number is likely to drop over the next few minutes with that fog settling in. Fog has not yet reached the Madison area, but visibility is down to a half a mile in Juneau as well. And we're seeing this fog because the atmosphere is full of moisture. All of that rain yesterday and the last couple of days actually has added up to more than an inch in many locations. Anywhere you see this bright blue color, that's over an inch of rain. Now, luckily, not a lot of rain right now. The Doppler map is very quiet around here, noting just a little bit of activity moving across western Minnesota. Those showers and isolated thunderstorms may impact the northern part of the state, but they're not expected to make it into southern Wisconsin. Our forecast for today starts with temperatures in the 60s. Again, a little foggy in some spots. 66 here in Madison, 66 in Janesville. In the Dells, it's 62 degrees. Dew points have not dropped really a lot. We're still looking at dew points in the low to mid 60s, and they're expected to hold pretty steady through the day today. So even though a front moved through the area yesterday, we're still dealing with that humidity with dew points holding in the low to mid 60s even into the afternoon. Your future track forecast model says that the clouds are eventually going to clear out. Take a look at lunchtime today, and they'll stop the map at noon. You can see the holes developing in that cloud cover across southern Wisconsin. By the afternoon, mostly sunny skies with high temperatures in the lower 80s. Should be a pretty nice afternoon. Temperatures will begin to drop back through the 70s this evening, and by about midnight, we'll be down into the 60s. Here's a look at your extended forecast. We're really going to start to heat things up around here starting tomorrow. 89 for the high on Friday. Partly sunny skies, very humid conditions. Alert days are in the forecast for Saturday and Sunday because that humidity will make it feel like it's triple digits here in southern Wisconsin.
Boy, not great news headed into the weekend, Hattie, but what are you going to do, huh?
That's true. AC or find some water.
There you go. Thanks, Hattie. So we're hours away now from the latest jobs numbers, but regardless of what they say, millions of Americans are feeling the burden right now of the pandemic on their bank accounts.
Experts have suggested saving enough money to get by for 3 to 6 months, but amassing that much certainly doesn't happen overnight. So there are 2 changes you can make today to save more money. First, remember what your parents taught you about always paying off your credit card balance? Well, right now, advisors say it's okay to only pay the minimum payment, especially if you're worried about your job or you're already experiencing a pay cut. Here's why. By paying only the minimum, your balances will increase, but at least you're going to maintain a record of consistent and on-time payments. We should reiterate, though, it is important to pay off your credit card. In fact, carrying a balance will cost you in high interest over time. But if your income stream has slowed down significantly, holding off on paying your debt can help you temporarily stretch your cash.
Tip 2 here, save cyclically, or like it sounds, in a cycle, meaning your savings should ebb and flow with your income stream. For example, if you're making 25% less this month than you were last month, save 25% less than what you normally would. This approach is often used by people who are self-employed, but right now, it applies to pretty much anyone with an inconsistent income.
As more of us try to make our own food at home, the demand for groceries is still surging, and it's making the food we buy more expensive. Meat seems to be going up the most. Beef and veal prices are up by nearly 5%. Pork prices are up more than 3%. Bacon up more than 8%. Americans also stocking up on sweets. Cakes, cupcakes, and cookies are almost 2% more expensive. And if you're making your own treats, you probably noticed flour is a little bit pricier. That's up by more than 2%. Not everything is getting more expensive, though. Eggs, butter, and milk prices have all slipped. Apples and sugar are also decreasing.
Dr. Anthony Fauci has a bobblehead designed for him, and now the nation's top infectious disease expert will be on the cover of a magazine. Dr. Fauci and his wife, bioethicist Dr. Christine Grady, will be featured in InStyle magazine. The two talked with CBS News' Nora O'Donnell about the coronavirus, his relationship with the president, and his plea to Americans as the virus worsens across the country. Her interview with Dr. Fauci is the feature in this month's digital InStyle edition. You can read that right now on their website.
He looks so cool, just sitting back in his chair,
He
sunglasses
does.
on.
Very chill.
Yeah, he seems like a good guy.
Poolside.
6:41, guys, we've got a lot to talk about now on the traffic side of things this morning. We've got 3 new incidents across Dane County right now. We start just north of Madison. This is on the northbound side of Highway 51, right at the exit for I-39. It does look like traffic isn't too impacted right now. Average speed 75 miles an hour right there. Take you east now. This is on Highway 73 northbound, right at I-94, exit 250. Keep that in mind right there. And then back in Madison this morning on the Beltline, we do have a stalled vehicle on the eastbound side right before County Road D. So we also want to take you out to Crawford County this morning. We've been talking about this too. There's a road closure out there between County Road D and County Road F. So lots going on in the traffic world. Let's take a look at the weather world as we take a live look outside on your Thursday morning. A dreary start out there with some patchy fog across parts of the viewing area. Hattie will let us know when that will burn off with some sunshine later in her forecast.
And if you're looking for something to do with the family this weekend, we've got just the thing for you. We're going to tell you about this escape room when News 3 Now this morning continues.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
This summer, get back to where you belong, along 60 miles of beautiful wide open beaches, where family vacations have never been so much fun. With every sunrise and each high tide, the beach is calling you to raise your spirits, make you smile, and bring your family closer together. So stop dreaming and start booking, because we can't wait for you to get here. Visit Myrtle Beach and discover why happiness comes in waves.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV.
Well, I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD, and we love Spectrum's 24-hour local news channel. Plus, we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
I don't have that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-976-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-976-4499.
Find your keys.
Find your get up and go. Find pants that aren't sweats. Find your friends. Find your sense of wonder. Find the world is new again. At Chevy, we'd like to take you there. Now, during the Chevy Open Road Sales Event, get up to 15% of MSRP cash back on select 2020 models. That's over $5,700 cash back on this Equinox. It's time to find new roads again.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
All right, if you're looking for something to do with the kids this weekend, what better way than to explore another city in Wisconsin?
So there's a really great library just north of Wausau that's taking escape rooms and making them virtual. The TV Scott Free Library, which is a very nice one up in Merrill, just launched the Escape to the Riverbend Trail program. It's beautiful up there, as you can see. So the online adventure gives you a series of clues to take you around town. Takes about 10 to 30 minutes to do it. Ends at the Riverbend Trail. You're encouraged to hop on your bike or take a walk and explore the area after you've finished. You can find the link on the library's Facebook page or website. 100 people have already done it, and there could be more virtual escape rooms like this coming up in the future.
Pretty neat idea to get people outside, huh?
Yes, it is. It's about 2.5 hours up to Merrill from here.
So
Depending on where you
2.5 hours.
are. Yeah, there's a lot
minutes.
to see up there, though, so you could make kind of a day out of it.
This is your neck of the
Nice little
woods,
day
isn't
trip.
it?
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with this here. Merrill is in the Wisconsin River Valley Conference, which was the same conference for our high school sports as
Oh, you were in
Spash was
sports?
in Stevens Point.
You're very
and
tall.
I've reported up there a lot earlier in my career. It's beautiful. I highly recommend it. Go checking it out. That's really where you ask me, like that's right around where the Northwoods start. So.
Very
Road
pretty
trip.
area.
Let's
yeah,
do it.
Why not?
Right
Sounds
after the
super
show. We'll have to drive our separate cars, though. I just realized
Right,
that.
yeah, good point.
Oh, all right. Well, let's get to the forecast now with Hattie and kind of deal with that fog. Parts of the area are seeing it burn off, but then other areas are seeing more thickness. So.
Yeah, some fog developing across southwestern Wisconsin right now. Here in Madison, we've been dealing with just mainly cloud cover this morning. Fog's not a huge issue. Those clouds have risen, the low deck of the clouds has risen just a little bit, so we're not seeing any fog here. In southwestern Wisconsin, though, visibility is reduced. Our weather track showing you that we still have to deal with this cloud cover for a couple of hours yet. Temperatures are generally in the 60s this morning. That fog, again, confined to the River Valley and areas north and west of Madison. Temperatures will climb into the low 80s later on this afternoon. Winds should stay pretty light. And again, we'll have that clearing trend as we go through the day. There are 2 alert days in the forecast. If you're looking ahead to the weekend, it's almost here. It's really going to heat up. High temperatures will be in the 90s with heat index values approaching triple digits both Saturday and Sunday. So a couple of days to keep in mind and stay safe. Coming up, we're going to take a closer look at that long-term forecast trend for us here in southern Wisconsin. We'll see just how long the heat is going to last.
Thanks, Hattie. The morning sprint is coming up right after the break.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Stop into Rubens today for our annual Made in America sale. Our manufacturers have given Rubens generous discounts on all furniture made in America. Choose from beautiful sofas, chairs, and sectionals for your home. Soft leather in hundreds of colors are yours for the choosing. Solid maple, cherry, and other gorgeous bedroom pieces are also on sale. Remember, our manufacturers have given Rubens generous discounts on all furniture made in America. Hurry in today for Rubens Made in America sale on now.
Summer is here. It's time to grab the family and hit the open road. To make sure your trip is safe, Meineke is now offering free brake pads. Call your Madison area Meineke for details. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help.
Summer fun means one thing. It's time to visibly say goodbye to crow's feet, fine lines, wrinkles, and under-eye bags, and say hello to smooth, beautiful, younger-looking skin in 10 minutes with Plexiderm.
Oh my God. I can't believe I have no lines in my face. I'm like 20 years younger.
Plexiderm smooths away wrinkles without foundation, without color makeup, and without expensive procedures. And it works in 10 minutes. Plus, the results last up to 10 hours. And best of all, you could try it for only $14.95 this summer.
This isn't the first time I've been on TV raving about this product. It's amazing. My friends, my family, they can't believe it. There's been creams, there's been lotions. Nothing works like this.
We were away on vacation. If you go down to the islands, they always want to take you in a booth and put some stuff on you. And my husband said, boy, that stuff really works. And I said, I washed this off hours ago. This is Plexiderm. This is what works.
When I tried Plexiderm the first time, my daughter said, oh, Dad, did you get a haircut? And I said, no, I tried this Plexiderm product out. Oh, you look so much younger. I said, oh, thank you.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shell clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing under-eye bags and wrinkles from view in minutes. The science is incredible, but the results are even better.
Yeah, this looks really good. All these lines are gone. Amazing. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I look amazing. It's like so full of myself.
I've had under-eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm. I put it on my face, and I'm not joking. It works.
So take action this summer and pack up your under-eye bags and wrinkles and put them on vacation with Plexiderm. Try our summertime special and get it for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
The OBGYN team at Associated Physicians wants you to know that we are here to focus on you. Call us for an appointment today at 233-9746.
Connect with News 3 Now on Facebook Messenger.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app today.
Welcome back at 6:51. Time for the morning sprint.
We start with a story that's developing this morning. Area police are searching for two missing women. The first is Sharon Wachholz from Middleton. Police say she left her home on Cypress Trail around 2:30 yesterday afternoon. She said she was going shopping in Middleton and on Madison's west side, but hasn't returned. The 71-year-old has a medical condition. She's 5'4" and weighs 130 pounds. Last seen wearing a red shirt, black shorts, and has a raincoat with her. Police think she is in Middleton on foot. If you see her, call the number on your screen, 608-824-7300. The second woman is Margaret Odell. The 25-year-old is believed to be suicidal. She was last seen at around 5:30 last night on University Avenue near the Blue Moon Bar. She has blonde hair, wears glasses, and is 5'2" and weighs 150 pounds. She was last seen wearing a light-colored shirt, black shorts, and a black North Face backpack. Anyone with information should call Madison Police or 911.
We're waiting on the DHS to release its latest coronavirus numbers this morning. Despite seeing more than 900 confirmed cases again yesterday, there is some positive news. You can see here the general trend now of the percent of positive cases is going down for the first time in a long time. 6% of cases came back positive yesterday. There are now more than 39,000 confirmed cases statewide.
A mask mandate is now in place in Milwaukee. Everyone ages 3 and older now have to wear masks in public spaces and in outdoor areas where social distancing isn't possible. The city will require all businesses to enforce the mandate. It allows them to deny service to people who don't follow it. Businesses who don't follow the order will face potential fines or a suspended license.
A group is hosting an anti-mask protest today. The Unmasking Tyranny Wisconsin event will start outside of the DHS building on Wilson Street at noon. About 500 people are interested in the rally. It's expected to last until 4 o'clock. It's unclear if this will turn into a march, though. The group believes calling COVID-19 an extremely dangerous virus is a lie. As of this morning, the virus has killed 828 Wisconsinites and more than 137,000 Americans.
The man arrested after a deadly shooting at a Madison hotel is due in court later today. Police arrested 19-year-old Jalen Kane Robertson for the shooting death of 18-year-old Dembo Jama earlier this month. Jama was found shot in the parking lot of the Red Roof Inn on the east side on June 30th. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. Kane Robertson now faces charges of first-degree intentional homicide.
Breaking overnight, the Supreme Court has cleared the way for the second federal execution this week. The late-night vote gives the green light for Wesley Ira Perkey's execution. Perkey was convicted of kidnapping, raping, and killing a 16-year-old girl before dismembering, burning, and then dumping the teen's body in a septic pond. His execution is scheduled for today in Indiana. Daniel Lewis Lee was put to death Tuesday. It was the first federal execution in 17 years.
A predominantly white city in North Carolina is apologizing for their role it played in slavery and is approving a reparations resolution for its black residents. Asheville's resolution doesn't mandate direct cash payments to descendants of slaves. Rather, the city plans to make investments in areas where black residents face disparities. Vice President Mike Pence is making another trip to Wisconsin. It's scheduled for tomorrow. The Trump campaign says Pence will tour the Morningstar Farm and participate in a roundtable discussion in Onalaska. He'll also travel to Ripon, which is known as the birthplace of the Republican Party.
President Trump is demoting his former campaign manager, Brad Parscale. He's now promoting Bill Stipend to take over the position. This comes as two new national polls show the president trailing presumptive Democratic nominee Joe Biden by double digits.
For the first time in Dane County in state history, residents will draw new maps for county board districts as required by law. The State Journal reports county officials are asking residents to apply for a position on the Redistricting Commission. Applications for the 11-member group are due by July 31st.
And this reminder, make sure you're watching your speed today. The Wisconsin State Patrol will be picking back up aerial enforcement this morning. This will be along I-94 in Jefferson County. Officers will be in the sky and on the ground to enforce the speed limits and other traffic laws. We've got 3 traffic incidents to talk about across the Madison Metro right now. We start north of Madison. This is on US 51 north at exit 132. This is the interstate right now. Heading east right now, we are at I-94. This is Highway 73 northbound. And back in Madison, we do have a stalled vehicle along the Beltline. This is the eastbound side between Seminole Highway and Fish Hatchery Road. I'll keep my eye on this throughout CBS this morning. That's your First Warn traffic.
And your First Warn weather forecast starts with high pressure moving into the area today. That's going to give us clearing skies as we go through the afternoon. Take a look at our issues, though, with fog. Visibility is down to 0 in a couple of spots this morning. Mineral Point, Bosqueville, and Rockwall have very low visibility. Day planner temperatures head to highs in the low 80s this afternoon, again with sunshine for the second part of the day. Our stormy weather pattern is going to give way to hot and humid conditions as we head towards the weekend. There'll be a little break early next week, but then the hot and humid weather returns as we go through the week into the next weekend. Temperatures will be well above normal here across southern Wisconsin.
Thanks, Addie, and thank you for watching, folks. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.